In this video, we'll show you how to convert your Sig Sauer P238 380 factory magazine from 6 rounds to 7 rounds using the MagGuts Spring System. Now, this magazine does not have a removable base pad, so we need to do everything from the top. The first step is to disassemble the magazine. You'll need an object like a pencil or something narrow enough to get into the magazine. And press down on the follower, not all the way down, because you need to get an object like an Allen wrench or a drill bit or something that will fit through these sight holes just below the follower in the magazine. This will just keep the spring compressed while you get the follower out. Then just tap the top of the magazine on the table. You see the follower will just come to the top. Tilt it forward and it'll just come right out. It may help to use needle nose pliers, but you can get it out with your hands. Turn the magazine over so that the open end is toward the table. Remove that tool you were using, remove the spring, and we're ready to put it back together. These are the parts that come with your conversion, and this is the orientation that you'll want to assemble them. Here's the magazine shown like this. So they'll need to go into the magazine in this orientation. It is critical how you put it back together. The first step is going to be to insert the small spring with a locating plate. Now, the locating plate should already be inserted into the end of the small spring, and it should be somewhat captured. If it's not, go ahead and do it. Just make sure that the end of the spring there is toward the flat side of that locating plate like that, and it'll just press on the end and kind of hold into place. Probably only one end of the spring will hold it. If you put it in the other end, it'll just fall right off. So you just want to make sure you got it in the end that actually holds on to that thing. And then you just want to go ahead and insert it into the magazine toward the flat side of the locating plate. It's toward the flat side of the magazine. It just goes in like this. Next is a large spring with a connecting cup attached. Now, the connecting cup should also just be installed into the large spring when you get the conversion. If it's not, just go ahead and install it. It basically just snaps into the end. But you do want to pay attention. You can see there's a longer flange on one end of this than the other end. There's a short flange there and a longer one there. Now, the longer one goes towards this side of the spring. The shorter one goes towards the end of the spring there, and then you can just snap it on over the little dimples, and it'll stay in place for you while you assemble it. When you put it together, it goes together like this, to where the springs are basically end to end. Put the small spring right into the connecting cups you're putting it together, and then carefully and slowly just kind of insert it in, trying to make sure you don't catch on anything and spring that, small spring into the bottom of the magazine. You just want to keep everything together as you assemble it. When you feel it bottom out, you just put it down. Take your follower, push down on the spring with the follower, and push the follower toward the back of the magazine. Now, chances are the spring is not going to be installed correctly at this point. You need to pull the front of it forward until you hear a snap like that, and now the spring is seated properly underneath the follower. Just look, everything looks like it's installed properly. We'll install 7 rounds, make sure everything's right. Okay, it's good. You should still have some room in here after you've got 7 rounds in there. This looks good. Just install the magazine into the firearm to verify fit. And we're done. We've converted the 6-round factory magazine to 7 rounds using the MagGuts Spring System.